Good morning, Camp Rockmont. Today is the second Sunday in the season of Advent, and the theme for the day, the candle that we light today, is the candle of peace. Martin Luther King was a young man when he was appointed to be the head of the Montgomery bus boycott, the spokesperson for this whole movement that emerged in 1956. And as he got public and out in front of this movement, he got threatened. And one day his house was bombed. He went back to his house in the middle of all this chaos. There was a hole through the window, there was a hole in the porch, and there were huge crowds of angry people gathered around his house. The people were ready to defend themselves, and he saw a lot of guns as he walked through the crowd. He went in, he made sure his wife and his small daughter were okay. And then he went out on the porch and he said something that shaped him for the rest of his life, the rest of his career. He said to this crowd, "Let's not become panicky. If you have weapons, take them home. If you do not have them, please do not seek to get them. We cannot solve this problem through retaliatory violence," he said. "We must meet violence with nonviolence. Remember the words of Jesus. He who lives by the sword will perish by the sword. Remember, this is what God said. We must love our brothers," he continued, "no matter what they do to us. We must make them know that we love them. Jesus still cries out, 'Love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Pray for them that despitefully use you.' This is what we must live by. We must meet hate with love." One of the readings for the second Sunday of Advent comes from Isaiah chapter 40. And I love this line. "Get you up on a high mountain, O Zion, herald of good tidings. Lift your voice with strength, O Jerusalem, herald of good tidings. Lift it up. Do not fear. Say to the cities of Judah, here is your God." What's interesting about what King said to that crowd is he was preaching to himself also, because at that time, he had a gun. And after he said that to the crowd and he started thinking about it himself, he threw that gun away and decided that from then on, he was going to preach and to live this message of peace. That we're trying to build this beloved community where we all live together in peace. We're not trying just to win the victory of this particular movement. It was a dramatic speech he gave that actually changed his own mind and helped him grow into the person of peace that he was. Here was the good news that he went out to proclaim, that this is how God has come into this world, loving us even while we were enemies. And he translated that love in a powerful way to the world. He paid a price for it. Every week in Council Ring, we begin with a little ritual called the passing of the peace. We look at each other and we say something to each other like, "The peace of Christ be with you." And then the response is, "and also with you." When we do that, we're doing kind of like King was doing on that porch. We're speaking something and hoping that we'll live into it too, and promising that we'll live into it too. So here's the good news today. Let's go proclaim that and let's go live it together. Let's be people of peace as we enter this second Sunday of Advent. Be well.